putting my hand up to up your skirt. Your poetry is beautiful, but hardly what I meant. Then I clasped your breast with my spare hand, delved deeper with the other, and held you so very tight while I admired the loveliness of your voice. Yeah, I guess they're cute. But mute is also right. That is pretty scandalous. Especially for courtesans, royalty, and that kind of stuff. Alright, I've got to ask for more. This one is just, wow. Anyway, I'll let you get back to reading. You know what? I wonder, what is Hyune gonna say about that? Let's go find out. That's what you do when you're trying to, you know, get a girl to date you. You go up to them and you say, "Hey, I just read this softcore porn, and I think it would be pretty interesting if you took a look at this for me and came back with what you thought about it. And then we can have a talk about it." Works 10 out of 10 times. Disable AI. Enable AI, star healing. Hey. You're still here. Well, I mean, that's perfectly fine with me. I guess it was wrong about what you were looking for. Well, why don't you show me something related to what you're interested in? And I'll try to get I'll try to help as best as I can. I'm sorry, it's just hard to guess, as you can tell. Maybe I should start doing dating tips on my channel or something like that. Okay. Oh yeah, let's talk to her. Things you should do. If you have a girlfriend, talk to your girlfriend. They'll appreciate you for it. So, what can I do for you? Let's go read the porno. Or the 50 Shades of Grey. Whatever we want to call it. You know you want to read this. Oh, so you've read those then. And not that it was seen appropriate for women to spend time with anyone other women or anything, but so why are you showing this to me? To hear what you think. Well, why do you ask? Do you approve of this sort of thing? Hell yes! I see. Well, when she said she wanted to be seduced, I can definitely really understand that. Especially if it was you. What? I think I just won. 10 out of 10. Dog Skeleton knows everything. Here's my new ebook. Jasmine Tea. How to Seduce Women by making them read raunchy letters and then being honest with them about it. It's okay. That was just too funny. It's like, especially if it was from you. Instantly proofs off screen. Especially if it was someone I really liked. That sounds like a good thing to me. Not that I could really imagine doing that with any of my servants, but geez, why are we even talking about something this embarrassing? Can we please talk about something else? So, this game became less about actually reading the letters as it is showing the messages to people and seeing what they think. I said I really didn't want to talk more about this, alright? Oh. Oh, I can just scroll up the letters like this. Okay, cool. That actually helps out a lot. I wish I saw those buttons before. Do-do-do-do-do. Six. Yeah. Oh, show message. Oh, written by Mute. Whoops, sorry. I don't really know how that got in there. Yeah, don't pay any attention to that. Sorry, none of that really matters. I'll just go ahead and remove that. Really, I'm not normally this much of a klutz, I swear. Did you just remove my message? Wow! She is jealous. Can I change blocks? Oh, I think I still have to go back for that. Oh, I read it earlier. Yeah, I've already read all of these messages. I'm just seeing what show messages I've missed. Oh, actually, that reminds me. You know that courtesan that did those scandalous things with Oh Sojin? Well, it turns out that she actually did cross paths with Young Sok. I thought maybe you might be interested in that. So I've just added a log about her, written by him. I wonder if his wife ever read about it. Sorry, I'll let you get back to what you wanted to talk about now. I just thought that might be something you were interested in. Oh, you can? Oh, then I don't need a mouse. Maybe I do. The incident occurred right as I was leaving the magistrate's office after a late night of going through some of his paperwork. The corridor lights had long ago dimmed, and the office should have been empty, so the whore slinked against the wall right outside definitely should have stood out. She was dressed small and young, looked young, and obviously she was dressed like any commoner, with her arms covering otherwise exposed breasts and all. I won't lie and say she wasn't attractive. She certainly was. I'm sure she's very good at her role. Hi, the whore said, approaching me. You're Kim's Young Suk, right? I said yes. My name is Hannah. She said, offering her hand to shake. It's an honor to meet you. I didn't take it and told her that it wasn't appropriate to be talking to her now. But I've got a message from Smith Singh Mean that he really insisted I delivered. The whore said, moving closer. Can I come inside? I said no, of course. Even then I could tell where this was going and was not pleased. Please, he was really insistent, she said, putting her hand on my face and smiling. I slapped it away instantly and shoved her into a wall. Tell him I said no. I snapped at the whore and walked away. She chased after me for a while, but eventually she seemed to realize that she wasn't going to get to me and gave up. She was gone by the time I got home. I still can't believe he actually thought that would work. Now I want to know more about what the High Magistrates Association with that whore even was. Okay. Up and down arrows to change blocks. Oh, like if I go up here. A. Pronunciation, okay. Oh, I see. I see what you mean now. Oh, wait. I think I was missing one thing. I should have talked to Hyune. Show message. That's probably better to use the mouse. I'm sorry, I really don't understand what you're looking for. Maybe I'm just not getting it, and it's my fault, but I can't find anything that seems relevant. Sorry. Okay. I think that's probably it for right now, so let's go back to mute. Log documents. Well, she admits that it's pretty messed up at least. Sure, she was a lonely old woman, but isn't she like 26? I don't know, I just don't get it. It's not as if she's wrong about that whore's looks. I mean, all the men seem to find her really attractive. Well, whatever, I'm repeating myself at this point. Totally don't get it. You get the picture. Anyway, I'll let you get back to reading. You want more from that whore? Yeah, sure, I can do that. Here you go. This one in particular is just wow. Really wow. It's super depraved, but man, it's also just, what a 16-year-old. Here, read for yourself. Hannah. You know what the first thing they teach you about the roles? Of course you do, I told you all about it. The first thing they teach you is to never fall in love. Nobody to actually say, make sure you're in control, but that's the only way it'll ever work out well. I'm supposed to be the one making people fall for me. Love is for men stupid enough to buy me from the Emperor, not for me personally. I know exactly how you managed to do it, but Sojin, you got me all the same. You know they teach us poetry because if you appeal to men's vanity and seems a little bit clever, it's a good way to hold on to them, but get them to keep playing. With the flattering kind, sincerity never really factors too much. An abandoned line from the old one I've been trying to write for you. You grabbed my heart just as tightly as you grabbed my breast. Too trite, way too trite. It's true, but I'm not going to dump you for such a lousy metaphor on you. For you, you absolutely deserve sincerity. It has nothing to do with vanity and everything to do with the fact I totally love you. It's not sexual. I mean, it's sexual too. I still get hot thinking of how you had your way with me and how I want to return the favor, but it's not just that. It's that you understand me, that you can listen to me. I can pour my heart out in front of you. I can cry in front of you, and you still don't get it. You don't feel bad. You don't feel pity, and you don't use it as an excuse to manhandle me. You just get it and comfort me by being there and listening. I love you, Sojin. I'm not supposed to, but I really do. And yeah, as far as 26 being super old for people, maybe after the mysterious collapse on the ship, life expectancy dropped by 75%. Oh, I love you. Wow. Just wow. You know, I kind of feel pity for her. She probably really did think she was probably did really think that was actually love. Which is just, come on, how uneducated can you be? Anyway, I guess you want to see more now, right? That's really just the shocking details you've seen so far. Here's where things actually get scandalous. I've added 3 more entries. It was only after I finally started to become comfortable with you, confident that you were really mine, and that I didn't have to work to impress you, that things got complicated. My husband had left for the day, and you were still lingering, having spent the night with him. But it was for me that you had a new love poem. I undressed you while you sang it. While you were done, you clung to me, stripping me in turn, while I simply kissed you and ran my hands from your tiny waist to your smooth ankles. And soon enough, we were both naked. Yay! At first, I had felt so uncomfortable exposing my body like that to you, as if you'd see it, then finally realize how old I am. But you never did seem to mind. Not as you placed soft kisses on my breasts, nor as you straddled me with your legs around my waist and arms around my neck. So interested was I at that moment that I had never heard the footsteps outside. We had just started to kiss when the door suddenly opened. What a scene to walk into. There my husband was, in the middle of the doorway, his courtesan and his wife naked together, mouths still connected by a strand. For a moment nobody said anything. In that time, I felt terror as never before in my life. Sang-min is not a gentle man, and while he'd hardly ever raised his hand to me, I was still overwhelmed with horror that he might hurt me, or even worse, that he would hurt you. I had seduced you, but in that moment I realized if he did try, there was nothing I could do to protect you. But just as we were stammering our "I'm sorry, sirs," he just laughed and laughed. "Well," he said, ogling us with that cold stare of his, "I'm certainly paying you enough for 2. Then he walked over and raised his hand, and I stared in terror. But all he did was pat you on the head as though you were a child. I don't know what she'd told you, but you don't have to pay any attention to her. Easier to just ignore her, really. All you could do was start to stammer. I wanted to. We were both so afraid, but he just laughed and shrugged. Whatever, he said, as he passed through the other door. Neither of us really knew what to do, other than climb off each other and scramble to cover ourselves back up. While we both clumsily tried to dress ourselves, Sang-min walked back through the room once more, carrying a satchel. He'd forgotten it for work, I suppose. "Don't have to stop on my account. If you ask permission, you can do whatever the hell you want," he said, then laughed again. "Don't know what you think you're even going to do. Though, aren't you two missing something?" I wish he had struck me instead. It would have hurt far less than what he said, or what you had to watch me do. Okay. This is going places. And yeah, you're probably right. It probably is just more of the year 2000 social thing. 26-year-old people are old, especially if they're women. That's gotta be pretty terrible. Like your marriage viable for 4 years or something like that, or 6 maybe. Oh, I forgot to ask what Mute thought of that. Okay, just imagine that scene, her and the whore pleading with her husband, being mocked like that. What do you make of that? Pitiful? I know, right? I mean, really, what an awful, pitiful scene. I'm not saying he didn't have the right to say those things. Of course he did. That is his prerogative. And sure, she was a bad wife, but still, even if he had the right, that is a shitty way to treat her. He should have been a better man than that. Oh, I think I get her now. She says things with like the reverse of what she really thinks. Like she'll say, yeah, those two women were horrible people. But in reality, she's saying that because it's what you would expect someone to say. Or maybe she would expect the more socially coerced... God, I'm not even using the right words. She's hiding her true feelings. There, that's the right way to put it. In reality, she actually thinks it's kind of hot. He should have been a better man than that. Just really, what a pathetic scene. Just absolutely pathetic. He should have been ashamed, not laughing. Just no sense of shame. I'm glad you think so too. Anyway, I'll let you get back to reading. It's so unfair. Why couldn't you have been born a man instead? Sure, you'd lose your beauty and the gentleness I love about you, but at least you'd be able to do something. I and Sing Min would be jealous. Instead of thinking of you as completely unthreatening, I just know you want to stand up for me, and it's killing me to see that you're powerless too. Right now, he's happy to see me around. You know, it gets him off to have something to hold over my head. I had no idea you were so lustful, that you'd even settle for a woman, he says. What's that like? The worst part, I know, that the only way to keep seeing you is to play along. Oh well. You know, for a girl my age, I respond and press my hands. Oh, did... Okay, I thought it might have crashed. I respond and press my hands against my face to look like I'm embarrassed. It's just playing. It's not the same without, you know. I trail off because he thinks it's so cute when I'm ashamed to say the word cock. Poor girl, he says as he roughly gropes me, and I force out all those soft moans and gasps. This is kind of getting descriptive. To make him think that he's really making me happy. And I say awful things, love... I say such awful things about you, and it kills me. It just kills me. Then I beg just to see more of you. I don't know what leaves a worse taste in my mouth. Him or those words. What else can I do? I'm sorry, Sojin. I know the last time I talked with you, all I did was cry. Thanks for not asking. It was so hard to hold it all in while smiling cutely for your husband. We have the worst fate ever, don't we? Well, yeah. I guess you probably also find that sort of thing cute, right? It's okay, I guess. That's why a smart man stays the hell away from whores. Deception is just what they do. Well, that woman in general, I guess now that I think about it. Still, I bet if he'd read what she'd written in there, he'd never have wanted to sleep with her. Anyway, I'll let you get back to eating. Did I read this one yet? The last time we spoke, I poured wine for you, rather than the usual tea. It seemed as though you needed it. I held you tight while you drank, petting your hair and wiping every tear to drop from those deep, sad eyes. He's going to get bored eventually, you had said, and though I tried to comfort you, we both knew it to be true. I could try pressuring him to buy you. I had offered. It was our only option, really. If he didn't, you'd simply return to the service of the government to be rented out to who knows who, and we would never meet again. Thanks, he said. Do you think you'll listen? You asked. I wish nothing more than to be able to lie to you, to say that, of course I did. That it would be all right. No, I said. I couldn't. We sat for a long time in silence. Finally, I said, even that would be worse than you deceive. He owns me and sees how I am treated. I wish you could have far better. Sorry, you said. Please, please don't be. All of this was my fault. If I had just been a good wife and left well alone, all this heartbreak could have been avoided. I said, trying to calm you, but you only cried more. When you had no more tears left, you spoke again. What about the other quarters Annie brought? The real mother of me and he. What if you blackmailed him? If only I would do gladly for you, but the royal family knows already. I shot my mouth out in front of Mute once, without thinking, and soon enough it was my fault too. I like how it mentions Mute. Oh, you said. What if I had gave him a son, you suggested. Even though I knew how appalling the thought was to you, and I couldn't help but laugh when I thought of why it would never work. Oh, Hana. I said, do you think the reason I've never gotten pregnant was for lack of trying? I stroked your cheek. In the months you've been with him, has your period been disrupted even once? No, he said. As you realized what I was saying, it would never work. As tears fell from your eyes once more, you started to laugh too. I figured it was just, all chance. I shook my head. Oh, clickables. I shook my head. No child in the first year of marriage, that is chance. I said, laughing sadly, whether he is too proud or too stupid to realize, I know not. But one child in 11 years of marriage, that is not chance. That is an impotent man raising someone else's daughter. He looked at me, realizing the plan was doomed. There aren't any real men in the house, are there? You said finally. We laughed and laughed. Your future so sadly uncertain. Okay, what does Mute have to say? By the way, I think in about 9 minutes I'm gonna call the stream for tonight. But I mean, it was cool having you here, K2, and CC as well. And maybe tomorrow I'll continue more of it. I don't know how long the game goes for, but it's interesting. That's it for the scandalous and sordid story of the noble wife Sojin and her husband Hor. I keep going back and forth to feel about the whole thing. On the one hand, I feel bad for Sojin. It should have never had to sink to that for her. On the other hand, well, it's not like she didn't still make the decisions for herself. It'd be wrong to just cover it up, right? I respect her, but at the end of the day, she still did do unspeakable things with a whore. I'm just kinda conflicted, especially now that she's long gone. Well, anyway, what did you think of all that? It was hot. Well, it's messed up, but yeah, I guess there is that. Me, I'm kind of personally grossed out. But that's just because I'm a woman, obviously. I figured you'd think that. What if I said it was hot and I was saying that I was a woman too? Anyway, that's all what I want to keep it. All I want you to keep in your mind. Stories like that, even the messed up ones. There's a reason why the last one dates to the year 322. It's not that their affair came to a conclusion, it's that they both just died. So yeah, even if it's one hell of a story, it's one that ended completely abruptly. Just remember that, alright? Okay, let's go show all that to Hune. What does she think of all of this? Oops. Yeah. I wonder if I can omit the dash. Also, you got me spelling it wrong now. Okay, yeah, you don't need the star. I see how it is. Okay. Where was I? I don't remember which block it was. 2? Okay, yeah, 2. Oh, she literally... I see. Has no opinions on any more of the matter. Okay. Oops. Okay, let's take a look at what else we got. Gotcha. You want to hear about the Smith family? Oh yeah, you're gonna love this. Those people have problems like you would not believe. Technically, I belong to the Ryu family. I already read that earlier, so bleh. The general history. Oh sure, it's all very fascinating stuff. Problem is, somebody encrypted it all in such a way that I can't access it at all. No way I can. Captain's orders, and unfortunately, I'm literally incapable of disobeying. That... K9 teeth, ah! If you have admin access, you can get to them yourself. Just type decrypt block 3 from the console, and that'll open it all up. Hey! Excellent. Can I just decrypt all the blocks? Hey, it does work. Funny. Block 0. Block 2. Block 3. Crypt block 4. Okay, quit. Okay, cool. And where are they? Okay, looks like you've gotten the decryption sorted out. Great, I can in fact see everything in that block now. Where did you even get the admin access anyway? Only the Ryu family was supposed to have that, and it's not like Yuna could tell an unauthorized person. Weird. Utterly weird. Well, anyway, I've got them. So here you have it. The sorted, sealed sealed files of the Smith family. Okay. Brought home. Oh, Sojin. These past few months have left me so very anxious with anticipation. Nearly a year has passed since the wedding ceremony, and before this week, Sangmin had only visited my family once, promising he would bring me home with him, for sure the next time. I know I'm supposed to be enjoying living with my parents while it lasts, but all I can think of about is my husband. How is a new bride expected to have such patience? For nearly a year, a day hasn't gone by where I haven't thought of how beautiful he was. He'd thought me in the wedding dress, or how it felt spending that night held so gently in his strong hands, looking forward to the day where I could live in his house. I, the wife of Sang-Q. Alright, see you, K2. You can probably put this more diplomatically than I can, because I'm pretty sure the younger brother is still thoroughly pissed off at me. You know how he is, of course. I don't have the time to deal with that, especially when I'm already doing him a huge favor. The bad news is, I made an appeal to the captain and Emperor himself personally, but he said there was no way, no position that a man of Sang-Q's skill set could possibly fulfill. I did most certainly plead, but let's face it, what official role did that man possibly fill? He's an idiot. Don't pass on the last part. He already knows. I did, however, speak to the Park son, and was able to convince him to forget the whole incident. I wasn't cheap, I might add. I'll continue to send your family a regular stipend, but please keep your husband under control. I can't afford to keep cleaning up after his damned fights. By the way, if you want to see him the next time I stream, and I'll probably finish Analogue, and I don't know about the sequel. I think I still need to buy that. But I might do Huni Pop in the same way, other games like that. I do like visual novels. Up to you if you want to follow them. Anywho, let's go ahead and finish this a little bit off. I know it sounds like saying mean is just being harsh on his little brother, but I assure you, his characterization of him isn't wrong. I honestly kind of tended to avoid him. I was friends with his older brother's wife, and his younger brother was an absolute gentleman. But he was not a very nice man. He was the sort of person that the court exams were supposed to keep out in theory. Didn't work, of course. He studied just as well as his brothers, or so Jang Sung told me. Here, you want to see the usual sort of behavior that you'd get from Smith saying Q. I've added another entry, this one by Kim Son. Alright, that's definitely going to be it for me tonight. So that's a huge amount of progress. I actually thought I'd only get to getting the password itself. Let's go ahead and save. Yes. 35% unlocked. Not bad. Okay. 4 pages it saves. Alright, well, cool. I was Dark Skeleton. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you all next time.